Okay guys, welcome once again. Now we're here ready to go to make the Zuppa Inglese. So Zuppa Inglese has got this name that is mean English soup because basically it was back in the days someone from Ferrara that I think it was like one of the duca, so one of the highest in society level of people went to England, and I think he saw perhaps trifle, so we kind of stole it for someone else, but doesn't matter, but it looks good and it tastes very good. So here we are now. We're gonna start with the eggs first. So I'm going to open 3 eggs. I'm going to put it inside our mixer. I'm going to join with the sugar. Up and down. And we're going to start and whip it till it's very nice and thick. And nice and airy. Okay, another 5 minutes. Another 5 minutes are gone. We check again. Nice and airy. Here we are. So, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna first of all, we're gonna sieve the flour into a piece of baking paper, and here we combine the flour with the baking powder. We put it in a piece of paper, so actually after it's going to be very easy to lift it and put it together. Vale. Here we are. So now, what we can do, we can start and gradually start putting inside the bowl. A little bit at a time. And do this movement from the bottom to the top, gently. So incorporates nicely, you see? So try to go all the way down and then rotate. And then here we are again. A little bit more. Then sometimes you can actually rotate in the other way around to make sure it gets completely mixed evenly, the flour with the eggs. The last of it. Voila. So at this point you should have already your oven ready to go at 175 degrees for about 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. It all depends of the obviously of the mold you're using. I'm using this one, it's a rectangle one. It's actually quite good because once we got it set and cook, we can actually just trim the sides. And we can use a cutter to give the shape that we want it, because in this case I'm going to assemble in a glass, but you can also do it in a container, in a little bowl, in a plate, and it's up to you. Be creative. So yeah, we're just right at the end. As you can see, our mix is all together. And then I'm going to spread it in our tray. So try to fold it at the beginning, try to pour it all in the middle, and then little by little we can spread it on the side, even because once it's going to start in cooking, it's going to start moving on the side by himself. So rotate. In this tray, I just put a little bit of butter all around it with a brush and coat it completely with flour, and then relieve the flour. So these are techniques usually used sometimes to bake cakes. Instead using baking paper, we just put this one, and then you will see once it cooks, you're not going to have any problem for taking out our cake from the mold. And as you can see, it's ready. We're gonna put it in the oven for 20 minutes at 175 degrees. Okay, while we're waiting for our pan di Spagna is gonna cook, we're gonna start and get ready our crema pasticcera, which is like classic custard. So here we got milk with a bit of cream. We're gonna put a little bit of vanilla once again, and orange and lemon zest as a whole. Then after we're gonna strain our custard, so it's not really important if it's inside. So as you can see, I'm gonna put on the stove. And now we're gonna start and combine our egg yolk with the sugar first. So there's not really the need to whip it too much and create a mousse or anything. It's just for the fact that to get them all together and they become nice and smooth. Because then we're gonna cook it and bring it to 90 degrees. So that's the only thing that is important. So from this stage, what do? I'm gonna add the flour and the cornstarch. Okay, gently to start with. Otherwise you're going to split the flour all over the place. And then a little bit of good move. And this is ready. Now what we're going to do while the milk and cream is going to get together, we're going to just try to reach almost 100 degrees. So we do that just because once the milk is going to reach a higher temperature and we're going to incorporate the eggs, it's not going to take us long to reach the 90 degrees once it's everything together. That's why we do it. Otherwise we're going to need to put the eggs now, let's say, but then we keep it twice as long to get the cream together. So we just wait a little bit longer. It's almost about to boil anyway. Then we're going to proceed and finish our custard. It's probably past already 10 minutes, so our sponge should be ready. So as you can see, it's not a dessert that actually requires a long time to do it. You just need to have a little bit of patience, probably 45 minutes of your time, and it's something that you can prepare even the day before for the next day. If you got some friends to catch up with, eventually when everything is open, you know, it will be fantastic. So the milk now is boiling, so I'm going to combine the cream gently inside. As you can see here, and try to move pretty quickly, otherwise the eggs is going to cook. So a little bit to start, and then we can just chuck it all in. So we mix it a little bit together. Then we're going to take it back on the stove and bring it to 90 degrees. So if you got a thermostat, obviously you can check that it gets to 90 degrees. If you don't, you will realize because the cream is going to start lightly simmering and starting getting together and thickening up. When it reaches that point, then it's ready to go. So let's finish them up now. Beautiful. Here we are. So as you can see now, our cream is ready to go. We only still got inside the orange and the lemon zest, of which you can take it out in a little bit. So now we got a couple of bowls here. So what we can do, we can just divide it into 2 equal parts. You can do that visually by eye. And then in one, we're gonna add the cocoa powder, and the other we're gonna keep it plain. Beautiful. See? Nice and thick. Then we can get both cream. We're gonna cover it with the plastic wrap first, and then we're gonna put it in the fridge to cool it down. Once that one is cool, then we can start and assemble our trifle Zuppa Inglese. All right, now here we are the result. So what we do, we're gonna let it sit here for probably just a couple of minutes, and then we're gonna demold it. So we're gonna take it out of the mold. But probably it's better to keep it there, so we're not gonna break it. So just to get it sit a bit to room temperature. Okay, so the sponge, as you can see, is ready to go. It's a little bit warmer, but doesn't really matter. So what we do, we just trim first the sides. And then we just try to get everything to the same level. And take it out the crust. Okay, now you can use the cutter. Put our sponge here. Voila. This one you can also save it, even the scrubs, to do another dessert another time, or even you can actually combine them all together and put in the glass and do more. So for now we just move it there. And from here I get the Alkermes. Try to soak the sponges. One side and the other. I use a tray here, so at least I'm not going to split the Alkermes, and the bench is going to stay nice and clean. Then again, here is a little bit individual how much Alkermes you want to put it. Obviously, if you got kids, I wouldn't put it too much, because there's a little percentage of alcohol, but it won't hurt. Okay, so now we can put our sponges in here. Okay, I'm going to start first with the chocolate. So with the spoon in the middle, you work from the middle towards out on the outside. And we put the other sponge. And then you can simply finish with the custard. on top of that, you can actually put even cocoa, but then it's up to your discretion. I hope you're going to enjoy. Buon appetito.